There's a ship in a Wisconsin shipyard with our name on it. Well, not yet. It won't officially become the USS St. Louis until a ceremony later this summer. Don't worry if you didn't know much about that. Even the new commanding officer wasn't sure what all was involved. These three men will soon be taking charge of a brand new naval vessel to be named the USS St. Louis. They make up what's called the triad, the commanding officer, the executive officer, and the command senior chief. And they came to the Soldiers' Memorial in January because besides taking on the responsibility of a new ship and crew, they're also responsible for working with the city for which their ship is named. This is what we usually think of with a new ship, the christening, smashing the bottle, and the ship dramatically sliding into the water. Now, who got to smash that bottle? That's an important part of the story, and we'll get to that in a bit. But first, the ship itself. When it was christened at the shipyard in Meredith, Wisconsin in December of 2018, it was not yet the property of the Navy and not officially yet the USS St. Louis. It is the PCU, or Pre-Commissioned Unit St. Louis, Littoral Combat Ship LCS-19. But everybody calls it the St. Louis. This is the Navy's newest class of ship. It's not designed for long ocean voyages, but for coastline duties. It will focus on minesweeping, but it won't go into service, won't become the USS St. Louis until later this year in Pensacola, Florida, at a commissioning ceremony. This one took place last year. It's the USS Tulsa, also an LCS. It was commissioned in San Francisco.
Quartermaster, hoist the colors and commission pennant.
The event is filled with speeches and ceremony. And you could be in the Navy a long time, serve on a lot of different ships, and never be a part of something like this.
Captain, the colors and commission pennant are flying over USS Tulsa.
I didn't realize a lot of the pomp and circumstance either. I've never commissioned a ship before, so a lot of this is new to me.
This is Commander Kevin Hagan, a 38-year-old Naval Academy graduate. The USS St. Louis will be his first command.
We got a good crew, pretty much 100% now. We're manned almost all the way, so it's just a very exciting opportunity to be able to commission a brand new warship named after this great city.
His ship will actually be the 7th American naval vessel to have that name. The first one goes back to 1828. The second USS St. Louis was a Civil War ironclad that was actually built in St. Louis by James Eads. The most famous USS St. Louis, a light cruiser that was nicknamed the Lucky Lou because it managed to get out of Pearl Harbor during the December 7th attack and saw plenty of action in the South Pacific. So being part of commissioning a new USS St. Louis includes a lot of public relations work, coming to the city, seeing the bell from a previous USS St. Louis, and meeting with junior ROTC students from Vashon High School.
How long have you guys been serving in the Navy?
We'll start with senior. Next thing.
So I've been in the Navy for right at about 21 years.
This visit and media interviews and attending a Blues game really kicked off the public relations campaign around the commissioning later this summer. But there was business to be done as well. The day before, they attended a meeting of the local committee that is working with the Navy to organize a number of activities in Pensacola leading up to the commissioning ceremony. Diane Everman is the committee's chief of staff.
Our main job is to engage the public. So that is to let them know that the ship exists, to get them as excited about it as we are to be part of that St. Louis proud identity, since this is the 7th ship with the St. Louis name.
I just have to tell you that I just never get tired of telling anybody that'll listen to me that I am the proud sponsor of the USS St. Louis.
At the center of it all is Barbara Broadhurst Taylor of the Enterprise Holdings family. The Navy named her the ship's sponsor. By tradition, it's always a woman. Her initials were engraved in the keel, and she is the one who christened the ship and will play a key role in the commissioning ceremony.
Barbara Taylor, because of her activities with the city of St. Louis, even though, as she says, that she was an Air Force brat, her association with Jack Taylor, who was with the Navy, and the philanthropy of the family and enterprise here in St. Louis, the Navy thought that she'd be a perfect fit.
The Navy takes care of the actual ceremony, but the committee has to organize and raise the money for the receptions, parties, and activities leading up to the commissioning.
I'm very confident that we're going to have one of the best commissioning events, the 4 days, that the Navy has ever seen.
Our goal is also to raise more than that amount and then put it into a scholarship fund that would be offered to the crew members and their families for the life of the ship.
While the committee moves ahead with its work, the ship's commanders will get down to their business, training the crew, becoming familiar with the ship, and then sailing it through the Great Lakes, the St. Lawrence Seaway, and down the East Coast.
You must be itching to get on board.
Absolutely. Sailors go to sea.
For the USS Tulsa, the former mayor of Tulsa was the ship's sponsor. And at the commissioning ceremony, that ship officially went into service when she made the traditional pronouncement.
Now, officers and crew of the USS Tulsa, man our ship and bring her to life.
In August, Barbara Taylor will have that duty for the USS St. Louis, the 7th naval ship in American history to carry that name.